Another what if. What if Deku was Spider-Man? Part 3. So let's begin our what if. So, it's 2 days before UA. Deku is patrolling around the city. During the match against Shocker, he got badly hurt and his first suit got ripped. So he sewed it back. But he made it a little change. He made a white spider instead of the black spider. And he made it more flexible so he can move around even more. And a bit of armor to help him against big bad criminals. And during the 2 days, Deku, he's put a radio chip and speaker from the police station, and he stole it. Even though it's bad, he stole it and he hacked through it, and now he knows whatever crime that's close to him. Deku, he patrols at night being Spider-Man, and he's told out me that he is going to be homeschooled, but lies as always, has to keep his secret identity secret. And that's what Uncle Ben would have done to keep Aunt May safe. So we follow from Deku and he's walking. Then he sees Momoya Ryuji. And Deku's like, wait a minute, is that the famous girl on TV? I swear her dad's like a millionaire. And Deku, he goes up to Momo and says, hi, I heard that you're going UA. I hope I see you. And Momo's like, okay. And she's like, then what class are you going? And Deku's like, I'm going class 1A, I think. And Momo's like, same. I'm going there too. Maybe we could be friends. And Deku's like, oh, sure. That would be nice. And that's how the friendship happened. During this time, Deku's just going out in groceries with Momo. And they picking their stuff. Even Momo, she doesn't like being a celebrity like most children would do in any ways possible. She likes being an ordinary girl because she misses out on so much childhood and teenagehood. And then we hear a loud bang. We follow from All Might getting smacked from the face by Rhino. And Deku's like, oh no, All Might's about to die. I better help him. Deku vanishes from nowhere. Then, out of nowhere, everybody sees Spider-Man. And everybody's like, wait a minute, is that Menace on TV? Jonah Jason Menace was right. He is a villain. And then Deku's like, calm down, everybody. I'm not a villain. I'm just trying to help All Might. Deku webs Rhino to the face and he says, hey, don't mess with the big guy. Mess with the small guy like me. I'm kind of agile. You're kind of strong. Let's test out my suit. Deku, he presses a button on his web shooters, releasing the taser webs. Deku does a front flip over the guy, puts his taser web onto the Rhino. Rhino feels nothing, and he literally just takes the web and yeets Spider-Man into the kitchen area. Deku's like, no, young man, my mom always told me never to play with knives, because somebody could get really hurt. Rhino's like, stop messing around with me. And then Deku's like, I know that voice from somewhere. Deku swings up and he climbs the wall into the shadow. And Rhino's like, where the hell is that spider? Everybody's trying to get in my way. I just want money. After that kid won against me, I lost all my chances of being a world-time wrestler. Yes, folks, wrestler. That guy is Bone Crusher. the guy, Peter Parker, took out. And yeah, Deku's like, oh, he's in this trouble because of me? It's my fault. Should have never let this happen. Deku takes cereals and throws it straight at Rhino and he says, hey big guy, you're going to jail. And he webs the guy's face. Rhino can't see. He right hooks him. And then left hooks, right hook, left hook, kick to the face. And then a combat move where Spider-Man kicks him high in the air with all his might and strength. And then webs him, the web zips him to the knee. And then knocks him out. All Might sees Deku and All Might does a Detroit. Deku dodges with his spidey sense. Then Deku, he says, hey dude, calm down, I actually tried to save you. Next time, say thank you. Deku webs up into the air, starts swinging around the whole city, and the cops come. They take Rhino away. Momo is like, what the hell? Where's that Deku kid? And that's it. So, we follow from the official day. First day of UA. Deku secretly puts his uniform in his bag and his superhero suit. Then Aunt May is like, dear, can you do your schoolwork for like science so you can get the application to Horizon High? And Deku's like, sure, I'll do my schoolwork in my room. And yeah, secretly Deku made an audio of like a 24-hour just saying scientific words over and over and again to make it seem that he's actually doing his work. Deku jumps off the window and he says goodbye Aunt May, and he slides down and he changes into his uniform in the alleyway and he goes to UA. Deku, he's just walking around until he sees Momo, and she's driving a Lamborghini, and Deku's like, this is not a nice impression. And Deku's like, in order to get to that level of being rich, I have to start from the beginning. Kind of good at photographs. I am Spider-Man. There is a dude that hates me and wants pictures of Spider-Man. And the only way you can get it is through me. And that guy's name is J. Jonah Jameson. Deku's thinking in his head, should he apply a job for the Daily Bugle, taking pictures and earning 500 yen each picture? And Deku, he hides from Momo because he's got a little crush over Melissa. And then Deku sees Melissa driving a Bentley, and then Deku's like, oh my gosh, 2 girls I like now. How am I gonna make it through high school? Deku goes back up and he starts walking. Deku, he's about to trip until he uses his spidey sense and he flips over. Momo's like, dude, how did he do that front flip? And where were you when that venom attacked? Deku says, oh, I was hiding. And Deku says, oh, I see you got a car. And Momo's like, yeah, my dad told me to do that so one of my future husbands could check me out and all that, if he's rich enough. And Deku's like, yeah, I don't understand that, but okay. Deku walks into class 1A, and Deku's like, well, this is a mysterious big door. Guess this is the new place where I'm going to become a hero. A full-time hero. This is for Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. He opens the door and sees a whole mess. The classroom is loud. Bakugo, his old bully, putting his feet up. A kid with blue hair, with glasses, is shouting. He sees a caterpillar on the floor sleeping. Deku's like, oh, what have I put myself into? I might as well be a vigilante. Let me leave. Then Momo stops him and says, why are you running away? It's only been 1 second you've been in class. A lot can change in 3 years as being in this class, you know. Deku goes back and sits down and he's like, so loud. And Momo's like, okay. She's like, everybody silence. Everybody's silent. But Bakugo, his feet still up. And then Ida's like, put your feet down. Why are you being disrespectful? It's your first day. Am I mockery to you? I am Tenyo Ida. I'm not even saying anything, Bakugo. Bakugo's like, oh, go away, you side character. No, you're actually a backup dancer. Go away. Deku's like, I'm not allowing this to happen anymore. Not another nerd is going to get bullied in my face. Because Deku, he literally just sits right next to Bakugo by one chair. Deku stands up and he says, he points at him and he says, oi, stop being rude to Ida. Bakugo stands up and he's like, what are you gonna do, nerd? I hear they have a quirk now. And Bakugo cracks his knuckles and he's like, no, quirks don't matter to me anymore, you know. During this summer, I've realized people can be big and strong, but you will never be stronger than me, Izuku. Deku says, you think about that. Ida, sit down. It's me and Bakugo's fight. I've been waiting for this for the past 10 years. Bakugo's like, oh, scary. No, you'll never live up to your idol, Mr. Shield. Melissa's like, oh, don't talk about my dad like that. Bakugo's like, shut up, beep. You're nothing to me. We broke up. I don't love you anymore. Melissa's crying. Deku says, say sorry to her. Bakugo's like, I don't care. You realize that? Deku says, okay, you don't care? Deku tries and does a left hook. Bakugo, he hasn't even moved yet. Deku's going at the speed of light. At this moment, Deku could kill Bakugo with one punch, with full anger. People don't realize that Spider-Man has super strength and that he can beat Captain America. I'm being dead serious. Read the comics, man. And then he hears, don't, Deku, don't. On my grave, don't do it, Deku. And then Deku stops. He doesn't do it, but he allows Bakugo to punch him in the face. Bakugo right hooks him, left hooks him, kicks him into the side of the chest. He kicks him in the other side of the chest. He kicks him in the stomach. And then Bakugo kicks him on the leg, breaking a bit of Deku's bone. Deku not even saying a word, just in shock. He was about to kill somebody, breaking his moral code, something Uncle Ben wouldn't do. Bakugo says, you're lucky the teacher's asleep, because I'll make him see a real show today, you know. And then Bakugo says to the whole class, everybody, Stop eating and drinking your popcorn. The fight's over. Literally dissing Deku. Deku bleeding. And everybody's like, oh my gosh. It's already the first day in class. Our teacher's sleeping. And the students already got beaten up. And Netta's like, oh my gosh. This dude was on X Games mode. And he's crazy. And Melissa checks on Deku, so as Momo. Deku, he's just looking at Bakugo with a black eye. And Deku goes to sit down. And he's just limping. And yeah. Ida wakes up Aizawa. He tries and explains to Aizawa somebody got beaten up. But Deku, he's got like this, he's got a regeneration. People don't realize that Spider-Man has a regeneration health bar. Like, he can regenerate his healing. But not as the max of Deadpool and Wolverine. Out of 10, out of 100%, he can fully master it by 30 or 10. And yeah. And Deku's black eye's healing, his wounds are kind of healing. And yeah. Aizawa was looking at Deku and he's like, well, there is a mark, but it'll go off. And Ida's like, but that kid hit him. And Aizawa says, I don't care. Every hero gets hit. Stand back up and fight back. And then Ida says, fine. Then can you please start the class? I'm here to learn, to be a hero, and become the best of my family. As I was like, okay kid, I don't really care, but you can go sit down. As I was like, okay guys, girls you go there, boys you go there, and boys don't be pervs, girls don't be pedos, and yeah, go. They all go into their changing rooms, and then Kirishima says to Bakugo, because let me say that Kirishima, he's an old friend of Bakugo's, and he's like the closest friend to Bakugo, and yeah, he wasn't the same school as Deku. That's it. Kirishima's like, dude, why did you beat up that kid? He only said stop being rude to that guy. Why are you being rude, man? You're not like the best friend I knew from like 5 years ago. Bakugo's like, a lot of change. That kid just pisses me off, you know. He's just quirkless. Kirishima's like, no, I saw him. He was jumping. You even said it. And Kirishima's like, it's getting into your head. You're not almighty. You're not all might, are you? And Bakugo's like, I am. In my own way, leave me alone. Kaminari looks at Deku and is like, dude, you should have punched him. You're so weak. And Deku's like, I'm so weak? We'll talk about it when I threw the ball. And Kaminari's like, is that a threat? Do you want your ass getting beat again? By 2 different people? Then Kirishima comes and says, guys, why are you fighting? And you, Izuku Midoriya kid, didn't you not get beaten up by Bakugo? And aren't you not scared anymore? He nearly killed you. Deku's like, I don't care. Fight anybody. Both physical, mind manipulation. I don't need equipment. I don't need that. All I need is my great power. Bakugo smacks Deku in the back of the head. Deku's like, leave me alone, Bakugo. I don't want to fight. And then Bakugo's like, are you too beep to fight me? And he starts kicking Deku, punching him. Deku backhand smacks Bakugo. Bakugo collapses to the ground. He's like, What the? Why are you so strong? And it makes a big scar, making Bakugo bleed. And Deku's like, leave me alone. And Ida's like, stop fighting, guys. Bakugo uses a right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook. Deku pushing the dude. They're all fighting in the locker room. Everybody's like saying, fight, 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 fight. Kaminari joins in and he starts beating up Deku. Says Bakugo, because you know how they both now hate Deku for being Deku. And then the girls hear it. They tell the closest teacher, and they see Principal Nezu there. Principal Nezu comes bursting through the boys' changing room, and he sees every boy cheering fight, 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 besides from Ida. And he sees Deku and Bakugo just beating each other up. They're all bloody and bruised. And Deku's like, I had enough of your little shit. And Bakugo's like, shut up, you beep. And he starts using his explosions. Then Principal Nezu, he starts calling Aizawa. Aizawa removes both of their quirks, because he only removed Bakugo's, besides from Deku. Deku just, he didn't use his powers at all. And I was like, that's strange. That kid doesn't really have a quirk. I guess it's kind of immune to my power. And then everybody's like, he's a racerhead? But everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're all bloody and bruised. And they all get sent to the principal's office. And Principal Nezu's trying to call Deku's guardian. And Deku made a fake number, and it's these Welsh people just speaking. And they don't know how to speak Japanese. And yeah, Deku was like, my parents don't know how to speak Japanese. Only I do, because I went to a Japanese school. And Bakugo was like, false. Your parents died, didn't they? That's why I always roasted them when we were in middle school. Principal Nezu was like, you used to be rude about him losing his parents? Excuse me, Kachan. That is rude. You shall be expelled from this school right now. I am principal. I've signed this letter. Now your parents are here. I should give them this so they can sign it, so you can never return to the school ever again, Bakugo. That is rude to Izuku Midoriya. And I heard that Tenya Ida told me that you picked the fight, and you were the one who punched first and actually tried to fight Ida and put your feet on top of the desk. Young man, this is not how you're gonna become a hero. This is how you're gonna become a villain. And Bakugo's like, please, I want to become the #1 hero. It's all I've ever wanted to dream of. And this is the only school that allow hero license properly in Japan. Please, I don't want to become a D-lister hero. And Principal Nezu's like, I don't care. Leave. Bakugo sees his parents. He gives them the letter. They sign it, and they leave. Deku, he's just basically he takes a day off from school, so he goes back home and he starts patrolling around the city, just doing Spider-Man things. And yeah, then Deku, he's just zooming around, and then he hears an explosion. And it's an island. Basically, the island's called Prestigious Island. And then inside, there's a jail called the Raft. And there's a huge explosion. and we see all these villains just come out, and we see Rhino, and he just jogging out, and he starts taking armor, and he starts smashing through buildings. He starts climbing on the bridge, smashing cars, and everybody on the news hear that there's a bridge about to fall down, and Ame is trying to knock on Deku's door, but Deku, he's already gone. He's turned into full-on Spider-Man, the amazing Spider-Man, the one that we care about and the one that we love. He's going full-on flash speed, and he's already there, and he's like, there are people asking for help. They may hit that water, and it's gonna feel like concrete. I have to save them. Deku uses his webs as strings to hold the bridge. Deku catches other people and weds them to two webbed walls that he's just created. Deku stopping cars from dropping. The Rhino comes from nowhere, punches Deku whilst he's holding a truck. Deku backflips, swings, sticky tapes his hand onto the truck, and then webs it underneath the bridge, and he tells the people to lock their door so they don't drop. Then Deku starts punching the Rhino, but the Rhino's doing nothing. Deku takes a string, and then he starts stretching around Rhino, spinning around, tying the Rhino down, but the Rhinos keep on breaking the string, making the bridge even more chaos and break. Deku's like, oh my gosh, I'm just making it even worse. What should I do? And Deku thinks of something. Why don't he put him back into his cell by doing something? He sees police from the other end of the bridge that didn't get cut off, and they are about to fire at Deku and the villain. Deku's like, this is not nice being a vigilante, but Deku backflips over the cops, and he starts taking the guns. Then he shoots Rhino. He shoots Rhino like 15 times with 2 pistols, and the reason why he used the gun is because as the bullets hit Rhino, it basically dents the metal, and Deku wasn't aiming to kill the Rhino, he was aiming to stop the Rhino. Then Deku, he takes one grenade from the police and he throws it back at Rhino, and the Rhino's metal explodes, kind of a little bit of blood comes off, and Deku's like, yes, I have to do this right now. One last finishing move. Deku jumps on the other end of the bridge. He slide tackles the Rhino, kicks the Rhino, side kicks him into the ribs where the metal left, then punches his Rhino mask off, and then Deku kicks Rhino into the nose, breaking it. Deku knees into things. Then Deku says, heads up, kicks the guy in the head, smashing him to the ground. Deku puts his head the other end of the bridge, then swings around the bridge, making a full-on web's nest, and he covers the whole body of the Rhino, sticky taping him on to the bridge. Deku's like, whew, that was a lot of things I had to do. And then he sees the cops are about to wake up. Deku swings and takes all the cops off by swinging them back to safety and taking some people and leaving the Rhino there, even though he knows that the Rhino is about to survive. Then he sees suddenly something from the sky, a helicopter, something futuristic, and guess what their names are? Sable International. They climb down, and we see Silver Sable, and she starts shooting at Deku. Deku can't even dodge the bullet. He's just getting shot. Deku's trying to swing away, but he can't. Silver Sable puts this electric rope around Deku, tasing Deku and knocking him out. Deku wakes up into this dark room and sees Silver Sable, kind of roughly the same age as Deku. Like, she looks around. Deku, how old is he? He's 16. She's around 17, right? And yeah, Deku says, what's going on? Who are you? She's like, my name's Silver, and you're under arrest. That's where we're gonna leave it off, guys. Part 4 will come very soon, and please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know that keep on posting, every time, and send this to any relative, family, friend, loved ones, you name it. And see you guys in the next video.